Hi there, wig lover. This is Heather from CysterWigs.com, and today I'm bringing you a beautiful wig by Revlon called Bridgette. And the color is the same one you'll see in the manufacturer photos. It's called Hazelnut Mist. It's a really gorgeous color. Here, let me show you the tag so you can see the color code and all that jazz. I think that it's really lovely. The 1016 basically means that it starts off as a light brown top, and you can see that. It's a very nice light golden brown. And then it's kind of like an ombre. The T stands for transitional. So it's a lot like, you know, in the champagne blush color that I showed Caroline in, how it just gradually kind of morphs into a strawberry blonde. Well, in this case, it does morph into a light auburn color. So very, very beautiful color. And it's very subtle. You know, it's not a dramatic transition from one color to next. And it actually looks fairly natural. Looks like this part has been like naturally bleached by the sun. It's very, very pretty. This wig is gorgeous. It does have a permatease top. So it is open capped, which makes it pretty comfortable and relatively stretchy. And it also has a lace front. So let me go ahead and zoom in on that lace front for you. Okay, and as you can see, the lace front's pretty well done. You're not given a whole lot of space here to work with, but that's all right because at least the knotting that's there is very well done, and you don't really have to trim. It's pre-trimmed. And close up the color in the sunlight, you can see that beautiful dynamic golden brown color. Revlon has some really beautiful colors. And this is the color it transitions to. It's a very pleasant auburn color. It's not terribly brassy. And the transition is very, very subtle, and it's very beautiful. This wig is very flattering, I find. And it's very easy to manage these curls because they're very loose. I just use a Jon Renau wide tooth comb and gently comb through them, but you could just as easily use your fingers. And they keep their shape pretty well. They look more natural when you brush them out a little bit like that. I wouldn't use a brush though. That'll kind of make it look kind of frizzy prematurely. This wig is 14 inches from the nape, so it is relatively long. The sides are also 14 inches and the front is 11. So the front layers are going to end right around jaw level, maybe a little bit lower. So let me go ahead and show you the sides. And I just chose a side to part this on, but because it's open capped, you can basically part it anywhere you want. Though as I say in all my videos with open cap wigs, I recommend not parting it right down the middle. It's kind of harder to hide the permatease that way. But that's from the side. This is what it looks like on the side when you push the hair forward. And then here is the back. And you can get a look at that beautiful transition. Very, very beautiful color there. And here's the side with most of the hair on it because of where it's parted. Very, very beautiful. I'm a big fan of this wig. I think it's really, really pretty on, and it looks really pretty on pretty much instantly, the moment you put it on. And I love the fact that the permatease gives it this little bump of volume right here. I just think that that's incredibly flattering, and how these layers just kind of want to swoop off to the side. It's a beautiful wig. And I think it's very on trend too. You see a lot of people on TV with longer hair that's layered like this and has this curl and this kind of ombre color. So I think this one's a home run all the way around. And the price is not that bad either. And if you check out some of my in-store specials right now, all of my Revlon, Noriko, Rene of Paris, basically every brand in my store except Raquel Welch is 30% off. So check it out if you're interested. Very nice deal on this wig. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off so you can see the interior of the cap. So like I said, permatease top, and the permatease is pretty much all up in here. This whole area is permatease, so it's got quite a bit of permatease going on. I bring that up because I know a lot of people hate permatease, so if you're permatease averse, stay away from this wig. But if you're like me and you actually like the permatease, if you like the volume, this one's awesome. Quite stretchy. quite stretchy in the back. And you can adjust it. It has these really nice Velcro tabs. Of course, I have it let all the way out because of my head. You know, I bring it up all the time. I got a big head, but it's for reference sake. I don't want you to think that because of the magic of camera tricks or something that, you know, I have an average sized head, because I don't want anybody to be misled. A wig that looks good on, you know, an average size head is going to look different than it looks on me, and vice versa. So that's why I bring it up as a point of reference. So that way bigger girls out there can know, if I look good in a wig, there's a pretty strong chance you're going to look good in it too. Lots of elastic here where you can let this wig out, which is super cool. And then here is the lace front. It's pretty nice lace front. It's generous, but not as generous as, say, the Aesthetica line or something like that, because they give you a lot of lace front. But here, you can see the knotting's all right, and I zoomed in on it earlier so you can see that. They mix up the colors in the front so that way it's not lighter in the front. Some people really like it when the lace front's the lighter of whatever the blended shades are. But in this case, it's just blended, so it's not darker or lighter than the rest of the hair. And if I put the wig really close up to the camera, and there's lots of natural light coming in, so this is a very true representation of how this color looks in sunlight. I'm going to go ahead and gently lift the wig up so you can see the transition. Isn't that pretty? Such a pretty wig, and look at all those curls. Just very, very pretty. I'm going to go ahead and put this back on so you can see how it just goes right into place. And it stretches pretty well. The only thing is the lace front, you got to make sure there's no hair trapped underneath it. I'm guilty of that sometimes, I'll admit. Your tabs are even. And you could tell that this was at one time parted over here because the hair just kind of wants to go that way. But I'm just going to reinforce the part that I made with this comb. And voila, that's it. Just finger style it into place. Love it. When it comes to longer wigs, I definitely prefer wigs that have a little bit of a wave or curl. That's personal preference. I mean, maybe it's because I have naturally curly hair, but I think most of it is that you don't have to brush these as often. Yes, they tangle, but so do the straight ones. And I think that by and large, it's easier to hide the tangles and it's easier to get away with longer periods of time between brushing when the wig's got some curl to it. And I think that that's something that some of my more mature wig wearers found out a long time ago. And it's a big reason. People ask me all the time via email, why are there so many of these little like curly granny cuts? And you know, I'm not using that in a pejorative, you know, they do. But that was like a quote. You know, I think of them more as like safety pixies. You know, you grab these little pixie cuts because they're shake and go, easy to wear. And you know, sometimes they do look a little mature on people. I think you have to kind of pay attention to that factor when you're thinking of which one to buy if you're looking for a short shake and go wig. But the reason why there are so many of those that have a little bit of a curl to them is because you don't have to brush them, you don't have to style them, you don't have to do anything to them. The texture is built in. And if you can extend that logic to a longer wig, this has built-in texture. It has a lot of stuff going on. So you don't have to spend that much time fussing with every little tangle, because in a poker straight wig, every single tangle will show. Every tangle will show. And so these are just way easier to wear when it comes to the longer wigs and wigs in general. So, and that's another reason why I like this wig. I like wigs like Adriana by John Renault, because they're easy to wear as long as you don't mind a lace front. So this has been Bridgette. I keep wanting to call it Brigitte, but it's Bridgette by Revlon in the color Hazelnut Mist, which is a gorgeous transitional, or you can think of it as an ombre color. There you go. There's the tag one more time. I give this one a double thumbs up. I think it's gorgeous. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.